Tomorrow lunchtime, it's Liverpool against Chelsea, 9th against 10th in the table. Two clubs with differing approaches in the transfer market, as Jurgen Klopp was keen to acknowledge.
Chelsea's spending over the last 6 months has been on an unprecedented scale. Does that just show how competitive the race just for the top four has become?
Yeah, we'll get probably even worse or better. I don't know exactly how you want to say it. Yeah, interesting. I believe in coaching, I believe in developing, I believe in team building and using and all these kind of things, 100%. But meanwhile, in the world out there, the managers are really, really good. I can't, all of them, like there's so many good managers out there, crazy. So it means they believe in that as well. So if they now start spending and like really properly spending and do that, yeah, then you cannot not spend or you will have a little bit of problem. Chelsea obviously sorts the problems differently.
It's an interesting one, Carve, isn't it? Because Liverpool are a club who've got pretty much everything right in the transfer market over the last few years in what has felt like a collaborative approach, with Jurgen Klopp involved, but not the only person involved in recruitment, whereas Chelsea has felt like a real scramble at times since Todd Boehly took over the club.
Yes, I mean, Chelsea have been criticised a lot for the amount of money they spent, also the number of players they're signing. A lot of people have been saying they seem to be buying any player that becomes available. But if you speak to people at the club, of course, they'll say, no, that is not the case. They want to build a bigger squad. Obviously, they've signed a lot of players, but I would expect in the next few days for players to be leaving Chelsea as well, because they need to sort out the players they have in their Champions League squad, for instance. At least two non-homegrown players, I think, won't be in that squad, so players could be leaving on loan next week. But, you know, Noni Madueke, he's going to be the next one that's going to be announced. That's very close. He's having his medical today, £29 million. And I've still got a feeling they might sign one more player either in the next few days or next week, and that's likely to be a midfielder.
You would make the argument, though, Darmish, that he's got a point, hasn't he, that Liverpool have a great track record of not just, they have signed some big-name players like Virgil van Dijk and Alisson, but bringing players through the academy like Trent Alexander-Arnold and some hidden gems. I mean, Andy Robertson would be the prime example, Joel Matip on a free transfer, that he has got the best out of a lot of players signed for far lower fees.
Yeah, you can argue that, and you can also look at the net spend. I know we always look at the gross spend of a football club, but Liverpool's net spend, I think Carve had this figure a few weeks ago, but it's extraordinary. The amount that he's actually spent per season, it works out to be something like, was it like 50 million or something it averaged out to?
Can't remember, actually.
He'd done well, put it that way, you know, because he's managed to sell some of his players for big prices. If you go back to the likes of Philippe Coutinho, I mean, what a deal that looks like now. It was close to 140 million that they sold him to Barcelona for, and they reinvested that money in the likes of like Virgil van Dijk and Alisson, and look how successful they've been. So I think Liverpool always want to strengthen, but it looks like their focus will probably be on the summer, just given what Jurgen Klopp is saying, because he's got lots of players in his squad who are under contract, who are going to come back if they're injured at the moment.
Just a quick point as well. Is this why we're seeing Manchester United maybe in discussions with Sir Jim Ratcliffe, Liverpool's owners looking for new investment because they see the power of finances that are at some other clubs right now?
I think the picture at Liverpool is a lot more settled because their stadium doesn't need any work done on it. They don't need to redevelop their training ground. So I think it might be easier for them to attract investment. The picture at Manchester United is a lot more complicated, but there is a lot of interest in investing in the club and also buying the club as well.